Lesson 2D, factoring quadratic equations. We're going to factor each polynomial. So we got y equals x squared plus x minus 6. And we're going to use the x method because it's the best way to do it. Because you know what we're trying to do is we're trying to break it down into its factors. Let's go. Let's go. Everybody, write it down. Here's how it goes. The middle term goes to the bottom. So this is a standard form. We got a equal to 1. A is equal to 1. B is equal to what? B is equal to 1. And C is equal to what? Negative 6. Middle number goes to the bottom of the x. The number here, the B value, goes to the bottom. So I'm going to put that 1 down here. The number that goes on top of x is going to be first number times the last. First times the last. So it's going to be 1 times negative 6 is negative 6. So you, you multiply the first times the last. Now, I need to get two numbers here on the left and the right side of the x. To get those two numbers, you need to multiply two numbers that equal negative 6. And those two numbers add up to 1. Now I gave you calculators. If you need to get a calculator, go ahead and do it. And this is what part of how my teacher, when I was in high school a long time ago, he says, do a T-chart if you don't know how to get these numbers. So what are these two numbers? Let's see, that will equal to negative 6. Get your calculators and multiply numbers. What are numbers that equal 6? 1 and 6, 3 and 2. 3 and 2, let's go with 3 and 2, and 1 and 6 if you really want to get all the factors. So I want two numbers that multiply to negative 6 add up to 1. Let's see. I think it's going to be right here. So which one is going to be negative? This one. Because I'm multiplying 3 times negative. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Yup. And 3 plus negative 2 is 1. Yup. So these are the numbers that go here. And we are pretty much done because our answers are going to be right there for their factors. So our answers are going to be parentheses, x and x for sure, because x times x is x squared. And I'm going to put after that, I'm going to put plus 3 and minus 2. And then y equals, and I've broken this down into its factors. That is the lesson for today. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Continue. Let me give you. So you're gonna do one now. Go. Give it a try. So what I'm going to say one more time is that I hope that you believe in my method, and this method is proven that it is correct. It's fine. It's a good method. The problem is that it comes from elementary school, that you don't know how to multiply negative times a negative. You don't know how to add positive and negatives, or maybe it's because you're not doing it with facility. You're not quick enough to get these numbers. It might take you a little while to get these numbers. And there's some of you guys that are like, it's actually a crutch to be doing this because it's so easy. And some absolutely need it. But I will continue with my method. What goes at the bottom of the x? How does it go? See, it's like I'm teaching freshmen, and they're like, middle number goes at the bottom. What's the middle number goes at the bottom? 6 goes at the bottom. What goes on top? The A times the C. A times the C. So it's going to be, there's no number there. A 0? No, it's a 1. What is 1 times negative 27? It's a negative 27. And then I'm going to quickly, hopefully you don't need this, you make a T-chart, because you know some two numbers that multiply to negative 27 add up to 6. What would be two numbers that multiply equal negative 27 add up to 6? It has to be 9 and 3, something like 9 and 3. Let's see, 9 and 3 I think, or yeah, which one is negative? Which one is negative? Let's see. I think it goes like that. Oh, some people are like, man, you make it so stupid. What? I'm being recorded. This is so easy, dumb. Where I'm trying to teach that, you are already confused with that stuff over there. You're like, man, that's a lot of math. So the answer is going to be x plus 9, x minus 3 is equal to y. This is... Let's go. Next, let's go. All right, let's do it together already. Because I already know some people are going to mess up because you're not following the recipe. It's kind of like somebody, my mom gives me a recipe on how to cook something that is my favorite that she makes, and I just don't get it because I don't follow the recipe. All right. How's it go? What goes at the bottom of the X? Is it negative 4? What goes on top of the X? Did everybody say negative 60? Yep, good job. Yes, because this is the first time's the last. Negative 60. So now, what are two numbers that multiply to negative 60 add up to negative 4? And again, if you don't know how to do your times tables, negatives and positives add, it takes a while. But let me see if I can do this one quickly. Man, I'm having problems myself. Let me see. What the heck is it? Can somebody help me? 6 and 10? 6 and 10. 6 and 10? 10 and 6? 10 and 6. 10 and 6. But which one is negative? Is the negative is 10? Yeah? Negative 10 times 6 is negative 60. Negative 10 plus 6 is negative 4. Now, people are going to go like this. Let's see. See, here's where this method that I have, there's a lot of people that do it everywhere around the in the United States or even other countries. But my iteration is very personal. I'm going to say this is my method, my own method, my own iteration. What we're going to do here, what's the difference between this problem and the other problem? Can somebody tell me what's the difference between this problem and the other two we just did? The A here is not 1, where the other problem only had a 1 here. So it was so easy. So I'm going to remember that this is a problem, a big, big problem. So what I'm going to do is kind of think about it. Again, this is just believe in this method that it works. If I divide 4 by 4, what's 4 divided by 4? It's kind of like going to take me back to the other problem. So I got to divide my answers by 4. That's it. Just believe it. And now we're going to go back to elementary school again. Do you see? And here's where problems come up again. People don't know how to reduce numbers. We can reduce this negative 10 over 4. What is the biggest number that divides evenly into negative 10 and 4? 2 divided by 2. So then I'm going to go ahead and do negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. And then I'm going to get 4 divided by 2 is 2. And I'm going to circle it. Because I'm just wait for a second. It's like I was saying about a recipe. I'm following the recipe that my mom made, but in this one is my own recipe. I'm going to divide this by top and bottom. What's the biggest number? It goes into top and bottom. 2, yes? Follow the recipe. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Circle it. We got our answers. You're ready to cook and to serve. Here's how it goes. It's a bottoms up method. It's called bottoms up. It's going to be, the answer goes like this. We know it's going to be parentheses and parentheses. The bottom goes to the front. Bottoms up goes to the front. So what's the bottom number is 2, the denominator 2? That's going to go in front of x. And then put the top, go to the back. This is my method. I don't think anybody does it exactly like me. So we're going to go, the bottom goes to the front, 2x. And the top number goes to the back. It will always work this one. It will always work this. If I multiply this whole thing out, it'll give me that answer over there. Do it on your own time because if you want to verify it. Your turn. Go. Yeah.
Do I go to East Hall or like to the room 213?
You go in a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just whenever I have a chance.
Yeah. Yeah, getting those numbers is probably the hardest part of this stuff here. Let's see, what's that going to be? -7, -60, 12, 24, 36, 48, 5 and 12, 5 and 12, 12 and 5, 12 and 5. But which one is -5? -5. And then how does it go? We got a problem that the A value is 3. We're going to make it like the other one, divided by 3. Your answer's got to be divided by 3. Your answer's got to be divided by 3. What is 12 divided by 3? 4. You go here, circle it. Can we reduce that anymore? -5 over 3? We cannot reduce that anymore. So circle it. So this is just a very regular, you can put it over 1 if you wanted to. It's going to be 1x, but there's no reason to do that. It's just 1x plus 4. And then this one is going to be 3x minus 5. Minus 5. Um, yeah, maybe somebody's gonna say, hey, does it matter which one goes first? Does this one go first and then this one? No, it does not matter. Okay, 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 2 is 6. It doesn't matter which one you write down first. Let's go. Number 5. Let's continue. So in my PowerPoint, the way I have it is actually like a summary and a culmination of my teaching career. And I learn, sometimes I do learn from students. And this might have happened maybe, 7 years ago, 9 years ago, where this student, I actually teach it a different way. Right here, this one I teach it a different way than with the X method. And then a student says, hey, does the X method work for everything? And it got me thinking, like that thinking emoji. Would it? Let's go ahead and do it. Let's do it this way. Okay, let's go ahead and do it with this X method. Is it universal? Does it work for everything? So it's missing, what is it missing? It's missing something, no? The C, which I could add a what? 0. Yeah, let's go. Let's just, but I'm going to tell you this is not really the way to do these kind of problems. But let's just do it. What goes at the bottom? Negative 12. If we're going to follow this procedure, what goes on top? Is it 0? 4 times 0 is 0. And so, what are 2 numbers that multiply to equal negative 12 add up to? Let's see, middle number to the bottom. Middle number to the bottom. First times the last. Oh, what are the 2 numbers that multiply equal to 0 add up to negative 12? 12 and 0? Smart. Who said it? I'm confused. I don't even know what. Okay, it's 12 and 0. Let's see. Negative 12 and 0. Okay. See, this is outside thinking. This is where okay, let's see, does it work? Okay. Then what do we do if we follow the procedure? If we follow the recipe? What do we do? Divide it by 4? So, what is this going to be? Negative 3? And this is going to be what? 0 divided by 4 is what? 0. So these are the answers. So it's saying that it's going to be x minus 3. And then x minus 0, if you wanted to. And then set it equal to y. Now, let's be very careful about this. Is this really working out? Is this really true? So we got y is going to equal to, well, x minus 0 is just x, isn't it? Yes or no? So let me put it in the front. And let me put this x minus 3 in the back. And if I do multiply this out, now everybody, if I do multiply it out, what am I going to get? X squared minus 3x, yes or no? X squared, we got a problem. That is not this. What do I need here? What do I really need here also, if it was to work out? I need to bring down the 4. So what I'm going to tell you that somewhat the method works, but you got to be really careful. So I would recommend not to do this when you're missing the constant. All right, now let's do it the other way. Let's do it the way I would recommend you do it. Let me erase and let me recommend it the way how, if it's missing that thing, we would want to do it this other way, not this way. Let's go. Write it down again. The way to do it when it's missing the C value is to do by factoring by the greatest common factor. So let's go. So like I did that one over there. What's the biggest number that divides evenly into 4 and negative 12? Yes? 4? Everybody? 4. I'm going to go like this just to get that number. Now, the smallest x is the biggest. So this one is x squared. Sounds contradictory. This is x1. So the smallest x is the biggest that we're going to take out. The GCF is 4x. So I'm going to take out 4x. So this is going to be y equals 4x. And now 4 divided by 4 is going to cancel out. X squared over x is going to be x. And then negative 12 divided by 4 is 3, negative 3. X is canceled out. So that even then is a lot of work. I would even go to a third method. In reality, the way it should be taught. See, I've been teaching this and I'm like, how can I make this even easier for people? Like, what's the problem? Like, y equals, factor out. What's the biggest number I can factor? 4 divided by 4 is 1, 4 control, 4 is it. And smallest x is the biggest, 4x. I'm doing this quick. 4x times what is that? Is going to be x. 4x times x is x squared. 4 times what is minus 3, and I took out the x. There's no more. Yeah, this is the way to do it. Yes or no? You got it? Yeah. Sometimes we're like, how can I make this easier to understand? And probably we make it harder by trying to. I don't know. Let's go to number 6, but I'm gonna skip it and let's. You know what? It's an experiment of mine. What if what I think is not really what's happening? Factor that out by whichever method you like. There we go. And I'm gonna walk around and check. Man, you sit around and you're like, I didn't like none of the 3 methods. I'm sorry. You're going to have to give me another one. Or you're going to say, I like the way my teacher taught me in middle school. I like that method. Do it that way. I don't know how to do it. I just like it. Ugh. All right. You like it? Let me see. Let's see. It's okay. Like I just said, do it your own way. Do it your own way. Or you see somebody trying to do an X with the box method. Okay. Got over there? Oh, you do that one. Yeah, you think about that one. So you do it mental math quickly.
Yeah.
It's a lot more work though.
It's because I always put the X in there, so it's still bottoms up.
Yeah. Hey, I don't care how you do it as long as you get the correct answer. Yeah. But it's gonna be an X. Oh, it works. It works. Where was it at? Is it up? That's But as long, see, I don't really care as long as you get it right. Okay, let's go. At the end of the day, there's 3 ways. What am I gonna do? Okay, let me do it this way. I'm gonna stick to this one. I'm not gonna lie, I got it from another teacher somewhere where they're like, they do it like exactly like this. What's the biggest number divides into -2 and 8? That's gonna be -2 and -2. And they, it's just the smallest x is the greatest. That's, it's gonna be x here and x. So this is what's gonna come out, -2x. And then I just think about this times this is that, -2x times x. I don't know. Or I can go here, 8 divided by -2 is -4, and then x and x cancel. But that is correct. That should be correct. And how do I check if I did it correctly? Is multiply and multiply, and if you get that, then you've done it correctly. Are we gonna skip some? Yes, we are gonna skip some. That's enough of this stuff. Stop. We're gonna stop. That's enough. That's enough. I don't know. That's enough. All right, let's go to number 8. Go ahead and write down number 8. And now, let me see if you can come up with the answer, the factors, factor it out, without me teaching anything. Let's see if you can figure out some things on your own and come up with some techniques and some ways. Hey, the X always works though, huh? No matter what, the X works. Then the structuring. It's kind of like, it's like thinking, how am I going to go to work? Uber. Oh, my car broke down. Uber. That's another method. I could always work. Or you always go back to something that always works. And I'm going to go ahead and just, do it. And I'm like, how do you do this one? It's missing the middle. It's missing the middle. So if we can just go like maybe do the X for this one as well. So this is the constant. This is a C value. So it's 0x minus 9. Is that logically correct? Logically, it makes sense or no? So because 0 times x is 0, that's why it's not there. And let me do that x. Middle number to the bottom. I can't wait to hear myself on the video. It changes too. Negative 9, let's go with two numbers that I multiply to that, add up to this. That's going to be, what are two numbers? Two numbers. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. 3 plus negative 3 is 0. So it's going to be x plus 3, x minus 3. Interesting. Now, can somebody come up with a general rule? Let's see. Let me see. You're like, let me do one more. Let's see if we can come up with a pattern. See, mathematics is about pattern recognition. So let me get going. Let me get going already. We're gonna say, well, why don't we try it again? No, y equals x squared plus 0, x minus 4, and we do this x and your middle number to the bottom, and negative 4. Two numbers multiply to that, add up to this. 2 and negative 2. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. 2 minus 2 is 0. 2 plus negative 2 is 0. Yes. Am I going to put down the x plus 2, x minus 2? Well, I see a pattern. I see a pattern here. It's plus 3, minus 3? Let me come up with a problem here. Let me see. What if I give you a problem y equals x squared minus 64? And see, this is with people who have done so much math, and you got so much math going on in your head that you just connect dots. What's the answer without doing any work, somebody? X plus 8, x minus 8? Like, how do you do that? How do we do it? It's just two numbers that multiply. 3 times 3 is 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. 8 times negative 8 is negative 64. And it just that's how it works. Let's go. More. Let's go. Keep going. Another one. DJ Khaled. It's gonna be on the video too. Who knows another one? You know, nobody. So there's some. So you need to know your times tables. There's this guy, teacher. He's from Argentina. He's a very famous YouTuber, and he's like, "Che, no me necesitas." He's like, "Well, you don't need to know times tables because now we got calculators." And I'm like, "No, no, no, no. There's some things that kids gotta know. I don't care. You just gotta know your times tables. You know, you need to know some perfect squares. You know, to know some positive negatives, how it works quickly, and then you're gonna be okay. You know, so you need to know these numbers over there that I wrote down. They're called perfect square numbers. So when you say 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25. So those numbers, you need to know those. And so when you recognize those numbers and you look at these numbers here, that's why you don't recognize this. These are called perfect square numbers. So the way this works, everybody watch. Some people did this. I already know what people did. They're doing the X method and whatever. Watch. I recognize this. I recognize it. Square root of 4x squared. And again, that's if people are like, it's the same answer I got. But you can do the X because the X always works. Let's go. Well, that's what I was going to do over there. Square root it. Square root of that, 2x. But you got to be able to recognize that that's what it is. I'm going to keep going because this video is going a little too long. One more. We're almost done here. Well, let's go, yeah. Yeah, let's go. The answer is going to be, no, that's too much work, but it works, but. Moving on. We're done. Who wants to read this out loud? Out loud. In the back, Leonardo, can you read this out loud, would you? You're not gonna be on the video, man. You want to sound on the video.
The roots of knowledge are better, but the fruit is sweet.
Mm-hmm. The roots of knowledge are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Aristotle. It takes work to learn, but it feels good once you get it. Yeah, that's the fruit. That's the fruit. All right, let me stop. We're done.